Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm super mega excited to share this video with you guys because today I will be sharing, guess what, a personal topic that I wanted to do for a while, but I had to wait for the right time. So today I will be breaking down top best lesbian movies released in 2025 based on my personal opinion, all of the movies that I have watched. So I just wanted to make a quick breakdown just in case any of you have missed any of the following. But before we get into further details, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and let me know your personal opinion down below in the comments. So let's get right into it. So first, we're gonna start off with My Mother's Wedding. Catherine is in a long-term, decade-long relationship with her partner Jack. The center tension is their storyline involves Catherine's, reluctance to fully commit to marriage despite Jack's desire to make the union official. Catherine and Jack co-parent a son. The plot reveals that while Catherine initially avoids Jack's call and the topic of marriage, their relationship is deeply rooted in the consistency and daily care of their relationship because they are parents, and in this case Jack, she wants to extend the family as she has announced to Catherine that she is pregnant. So there is a whole lot that goes on between them. Let me tell you, the dynamic between the two is very good, and yes, they do have a happy ending, and yes, it's a very interesting movie. If you guys want to watch it, I would highly recommend going to Prime Video. And then moving forward, guess what? Guess what? We have a movie that I also personally enjoyed a lot, and it's called Linda. The story follows Linda, a captivating and self-assured woman who takes a job as a live-in housemaid for an affluent family in Buenos Aires, in this case, Argentina. She is feeling for her cousins Lorena, who is recovering from an accident. Luisa is basically the housewife that starts a very complicated love affair with Linda, knowing that the complexity of their affair can basically end Louisa's marriage. So yes, this one is very spicy, very intense, because Linda, she's very captivating, like she was just capturing everybody's attention in the house. But obviously her deepest bond was with Louisa, the housewife. Very good movie, and it's available to watch on Mubi and Disney Plus. Then moving forward, we have Christy. The film depicts Christy as a closeted lesbian in a conservative environment, forced to hide her true self while her public profile grew as a boxer. It features her relationship with her high school sweetheart Rosie and her fellow boxer, how can we say, rival Lisa, that actually ends up on being her wife. The movie is based on a true story. The movie major focus on her tumultuous relationship with Jimmy, her boxing coach, and also her husband, and also the complex dynamic of her family. And yes, the movie was released, very recently, at the end of the year. And in my personal opinion, it's one of my favorite movies that was released when it comes to this topic. And it is available to watch on Apple TV and also Prime Video. So don't miss out it, because it is a sports drama. And then moving forward, we have Hot Milk. The film follows Sofia and her domineering mother, Rosé, who travels to Spanish seaside. Trapped by her mother's dependency, Sofia begins to shed her, inhibitions as she drawn to a magnificent and self-spirited Ingrid. The hot climate and Sophia's newfound freedom basically escalates into a situation that she didn't thought she would ever be in, as she starts to get attracted to Ingrid, but Ingrid also has her own life going on. So the two start this very complex dynamic, and they just knew that they fell in love with one another, but they also knew that it would be very difficult for them just to have an ordinary and normal relationship, especially for how the movie ended. This movie is available to watch on Prime Video, and if you haven't watched it, I can definitely guarantee you that you are missing out on it. So go ahead, go watch, go support. Then moving forward, we have Stone Cold Fox. A young woman named Fox escapes a commune only to be forced back in when she actually ends up finding out that her younger sister has been taken by the same commune leader, in this case Goldie. Goldie and Fox, they were actually in a relationship until Fox decided to leave the commune because she felt like she couldn't live in that environment anymore. And obviously, she also took a bag that belonged to Goldie that had, business stuff in it. And by that, Fox took it because it was an escape plan for her to, to have enough money so that she can basically restart her life with her sister. But things didn't go as planned. Obviously, the movie had its ups and downs. So let me tell you, very toxic relationship between these two. Typical lesbian topic, toxic relationship type of vibe. If you guys haven't watched it, it is available to watch on Prime Video. It didn't get the best rating, but I still do feel like the plot of the movie was pretty good. So go ahead, go watch, go support. And then moving forward, we have 100 Nights of Hero. Jerome is a neglectful husband who refuses to commute his marriage to Cherry and makes a wager with his friend to seduce Cherry within 100 nights. Cherry and her devoted mate Hero conspire to keep, in this case, the guy away so that she doesn't fall into temptation and basically, interrupt her marriage, as Cherry is under pressure in order to get married. But as time goes by, the two start to develop a very, very close bond and romantic affair that actually ends up them to fall in love with one another. And let me tell you, the ending of this movie is very surprising because the end basically says a lot about the narrative of the movie as the two decide to be together, but also they didn't get a fair chance to actually live their story together as a couple. Still very good movie, and it's available to watch on Apple TV. And then moving forward, we have had one of the most anticipated lesbian movies of 2025. And to be honest, it didn't disappoint at all. So basically, Hedda, she is married to her husband, and this case, the arrival of Dr. Ellen to the ball, who is, in this case, Hedda's husband, academic rival, and Hedda's former lover, turns things upside down. Helen arrives with her new partner and collaborator, Thea, and Hedda wasn't happy to find out that in this case, Helen was in a new relationship situation with someone else. Things quickly took a turn as, Hedda starts to manipulate, in this case, Helen psychologically back into her formal ways in order to bring out the version of herself that she have left behind. Let me tell you, this movie is definitely something else, and I will highly recommend anyone to go ahead, go watch, go support it. And it's also available to watch on Prime Video, so don't miss out because it 100 trillion% didn't disappoint at all. And then we have Fatal Exposure. I feel like this one is super, super, hyper, mega underrated. Ariel N is basically an ambitious photographer that joins her boyfriend at his home in Mexico. She soon finds herself in a tense and very complicated dynamic with another person and another young lady that's also at the house. And the two, in this case, Ariel and Chloe, starts to engage in a very complicated intimacy, how can we say, role where they also get intimate with one another. Later on, obviously, things start to turn dark very quick, and yes, later on, they also, basically teamed up in order to eliminate, in this case, Ariel's lover, or this case, her boyfriend. Let me tell you, this movie isn't super, 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 hyper, mega lesbian, but it does have a very strong plot about bisexuality, so that's why I wanted to include it. Very good, and yes, you can watch it on Tubi. And then moving forward, we have On Swift Horses. Muriel is initially shown living in a conventional shifted life in San Diego with her husband. Muriel begins a secret relationship with her neighbor Sandra. They meet when Muriel is actually, in the neighborhood and decides to stop by Sandra's house in order to buy olives. And later on, the two actually ends up becoming neighbors because of, the new residence that in this case Muriel had decided to go and live with her husband. The two start to get romantically involved with one another, but later on Sandra ends up deciding to terminate their relationship because she felt like Muriel was living a double life and she couldn't, be in that situation no more, falling for a person that she knows will never give up their life in order to be with her. So they basically had decided to part ways. It was a very, very emotional goodbye, and obviously that also, became a mega, mega plot of the movie. If you guys haven't watched it, it's available to watch on Apple TV and Prime Video as well, so don't miss out. And then we have Love, Kills. The story involves a love triangle that takes a very, very dark turn in LA. And yes, this one does involve a triangular love affair between two women and a man. Love with long-term boyfriend Milo, but develops feelings for her new roommate Brianna. When Milo catches them cheating and Brianna goes missing, that's where everything starts to take a turn, because now the reality of Brianna's elimination starts to be questioned and everybody seems to be suspicious. But let me tell you, the connection that the two shared was truly good, truly intense, and you can just see that they definitely did fall in love with one another, and they were even planning on escaping together and starting a new life. But it was just a matter of time for them to figure out if it will actually work, and just waiting for the perfect time in order to make a move. But unfortunately, things didn't go as planned, as in this case, Brianna actually ends up getting eliminated. Super, super good movie. It's available to watch on HBO Max.